So you're sort of focusing when you're at gym, you're focused on your current team and your future team, right? So as much as we're focused on, Ingram's been in town, Jamal Shed, Grady, everyone's been in town working out at OVO. It's funny, we'll have a day where those guys will work out in the morning. We'll have 6 draft picks come in the afternoon, and then maybe we'll have some free agents that evening. So it's like the gym is packed nonstop, but you sort of have those two minds, which is what's your current team look like, and then what's your future team. And so, we always tell the rookies too. It's like Jacoby. It's like you were the shiny new thing last year. You were the rookie. Everybody wanted to talk to you. You were the first round pick. But like we're gonna have another one, and that's the competition. That's sort of the professional business nature of basketball. And so right now it's a lot of draft prep. So draft's in 2 weeks. So we have the number 9 pick. So we'll probably bring in, we probably end up bringing about 60 kids into Toronto. We also have a pick at 39. So sort of looking at 2 sets of guys. You're watching your young guys develop. So Jamal, who I think people sort of notice Shed come on at the end of the year, he sort of has some natural leadership qualities. So he took a bunch of the young guys to Texas last week. They practiced at his high school. Wow. So like there's a bit of that going on. There's a bit of chemistry, camaraderie happening in the offseason. And then the number 9 pick, a lottery pick. I think since we've been here, our lottery picks have been Jakob, Scotty, and Grady. So we haven't had a lot of lottery picks, but sort of we understand the importance of getting that pick right can really change the course of your franchise.
See, right there, for people who missed it, the subtext is they've been a really good team, and that's why they don't draft in the lottery much. And when they do draft in the lottery, they draft players that stick in the league for a long time. So it's a little light flex. I actually wanted to ask, so I'm not asking you to give away your draft secrets, and you wouldn't even do that because you're former CIA, basically. But what are, the Raptors are clearly one of the best at terms of under your management, you and Masai and Dan Tolzman, the whole team. You guys have done really well in the draft. What are some things that you look for, characteristics that really stand out, that you guys really try to index on when you guys bring these guys in?
A couple of things. I think the way we scout, so different teams set up their scouts in sort of different structures. So maybe I don't want to say Team X, so they may have regional scouts. They may have a scout in Europe, a scout in Florida, a scout in California, and sort of everyone just knows their area really well. I think one thing we do maybe, not uniquely, but I think has helped us is everyone watches everyone. So you may watch you may watch the kids in Europe, you may watch the kids in college, you may watch kids in Australia. And so I think for one, it's like we want everyone to have a perspective on all the players. So everyone can sort of argue about every player. It's not like I'm arguing for my guy or you're arguing for your guy. It's like we've all seen them. I think there was an example of the year Doncic got drafted. It was like he's in Madrid. You have Trae Young in Oklahoma. It'd be like if the European guy never saw Trae and the American guy never saw Luka, it's just hard to have that conversation.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I think, qualities. I mean, it's whether we intended it to be or not. I think the run with Kyle, DeMar, obviously getting Kawhi and those guys, it was sort of like you had to be a really sort of tough-minded, chip-on-your-shoulder guy. And I think that was something when it was Fred, Pascal, OG, all of them, right? It's sort of like, not that you don't believe in them, but sort of they haven't sort of been given everything since they were young.
Right.
And so we're always looking for that. So Jamal Shed kind of fits that, right? He's sort of really, really talented, really winning player, but not a first-round pick, not a lottery pick, but just tough. So I think I always say 3 things. We're looking for incredibly hard workers, incredibly high character, and sort of whatever you want to call that mental toughness or edge that we feel like sort of in games like last night when you're watching the finals, it's like you really have to be able to dig deep and win those games.
So you mentioned, I guess you guys all scout as a group. What's the most obscure place you guys have gone to scout? Where'd you guys find Bruno, first off? I think Bruno was averaging 5 points a game or something in Brazil.
I think he was in Brazil. He grew up in the favelas in Sao Paulo, and he was playing in the Brazilian league, yeah.
But then you guys went to see him in person.
Mm-hmm. Usually you get all these little tips, right? Like agents and you'll send stuff. Sometimes you go to crazy places in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe. You'll just, you'll fly into Belgrade or someplace and you'll drive 3 hours into the countryside. I think I saw Zubac 3 hours away. There's another kid, not Bosnia. Where did we go? Montenegro. So you find kids. I think that's where Goga was from. Was Montenegro. Sure. So it's sort of fun to travel around and watch these kids.
That's why he's not answering my texts. He's driving in Montenegro. They might not have
many
service.
reasons why he's not answering your text.
Fair.
About the draft too, I think a lot of people are super interested when the draft lottery happens, and I was wondering if you could take us just into even this year when Dallas got the first pick. I think the talk was the Raptors were 1 number away, at the end from getting the first pick and all that.
Can you
like,
confirm?
what's it like in that room and like, yeah.
There's like a secret
I've never
back
been
room,
back
yeah.
there. So everyone sees the lottery on TV. They sort of do the, unveiling of the cards and the picks. And so I was in the back where it's sort of like Powerball. And so they have the machine and everyone has your combinations that you would win, your winning combinations. So
Is your heart just like racing as you watch? It's like,
there's
like the most high stakes gambling ever.
I was like, you're sort of cognizant of what would happen if you had the number one pick and you got Cooper, right? It's like incredibly like, okay, it's franchise changing. So there was a moment where I like take some deep breaths. I was like, Bobby, are you doing okay?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Interesting enough, so we had the first three numbers, and the last number that would have gotten us Cooper was 4, and that's like Scotty, and there's like some other, and then it was like 7. So we were one number away. But I feel like everyone says they're one number away, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I say at the blackjack table too, bro.
Right?
It's like the exact
22, 21.
This guy's also hoping for a 4 at the blackjack
I'll be
table.
splitting aces all the time. How are the Ernst
Hitting
and
on
Young people?
17.
Do you get to meet the Ernst and Young people who audit the lottery?
He used to be at EY.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, it's a business. This is a business chat. We're a whole run for it.
Yeah,
He used to dress like this every day.
It's like a very serious guy that sits up in his suit and he claims that it's, I'm overseeing the whole process, and he said each ping pong ball has been weighted and it's like everyone said the exact ounce, and even the ping pong the ping pong balls.
Yo, don't get fined.
Why are you doing that, man?
The ping pong balls are even like in a locked case. They have to open them up and drop them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should go back to the envelope.
They should televise this, more transparency for the league. Anyway, that's probably enough for the draft. I mean, unless you're going to tell us, who you picked. And
who's your guy?
who's our guy right now, Bob?
Who's your
Come
guy
on.
you're arguing
We don't
for?
know yet. I'd say right now, I can give you. We probably have it down to like 5 people right now.
Oh, report that right now.
Jerome, tweet that up.
Someone in the crowd's reporting that right now. Someone in the crowd.
I mean, people think it's not like there's 20 people. At this point, we sort of narrowed it down. The hard part is you don't know who's going to go in front of you, so you don't actually know who's going to be there.
Yeah, because 9 is like a weird spot because you don't know.
And even
Yeah,
last year,
it is a weird
Jacoby at 19, like he kept falling. Everyone had him in the lottery, so you have to sort of do your homework if anyone in the top 8 falls, and then maybe it was unexpected to you. But then it's also like this race, because when they're falling in the moment, everybody's like, oh, what happened? Did they have an injury? Or like, is there some information that we didn't know? So then there's like a rush to get the information.